found in St. Peter, Minnesota, and is used for agricultural purposes. Geographically, the soil is found in slight convex or concave slopes with 0 to 18% gradients over rolling plains and low valleys. The climate is warm and humid during the summers and followed by heavy, drastically cold, snowy winters. The mean air temperature is 50 degrees Fahrenheit with an annual precipitation of 30 inches and average elevation of 1,000 feet. Associated soils such as Biscay, Esterville, Meyer, and Talcott formed with similar materials from that of the Wadena series through glacier outwash. The Wadena series is well drained and surface runoff is slow. Order Molsols, suborder Eudols, great group Hapidols, and subgroup Typic Hapidols. The family of this series includes a fine, loamy over sandy or sandy skeletal mixed superactive mesic Typic Hapidols. Climate is the largest influence in the soil makeup. The Wadena soil series was formed from 4 separate glacier outwashes. These glaciers were part of the Great Lakes and chained themselves through the upper Midwestern landscape with episodes starting 115,000 years ago. Since they were formed, they have advanced and retreated, creating scars across the landscape, dragging massive amounts of material and dropping mineral deposits. The NRCS only recognizes 3 of the 4 glacier movements. The Iwan, 115,000 years ago, Carey, 75,000 years ago, the Tazewell, not recognized, and Mankato, 11,700 years ago. Therefore, the series has a variety of mineral deposits, and no 2 areas have the same combination of material. Because the ecological site describes the Wadena series as sandy upland prairies, the land capability classification groups the soil as one that can be cultivated without deteriorating over time. Use for farming corn and soybeans. This soil often has a cover crop or off-season crop such as prairie grasses. Farmers that keep an off-season crop can be better retain nutrients in the soil, as well as adding vital minerals and additions to the soil before the growing season by letting cows graze on the grasses in early spring and or adding carbon and nitrogen to the soil, creating the AP horizon. However, poor cultivation practices are often observed in the field as little organic matter and organisms such as worms cannot be seen in the soil. Soils are supposed to be alive, thus the subdivision between capability of class and subclass nationally creates a system basis of cultivated land uses. The Wadena soil series survives yearly in a deficit situation. Deficit plants that may grow here as an off-crop may help with microbial activity and quality fertilization, especially if livestock can feed on the off-crop that can survive in deficit situations. C3 and C4 crops such as beans and corn are most likely to be grown in this plot of land. These are slight-driven reaction plants that use photosynthesis and create oxygen as a byproduct. There is a water deficit nearly every month except in late fall of November and early December. The water budget for Wadena shows that the plants that still grow here have physiological adaptations to the arid conditions. During especially hot arid months, the C3 less water use efficient plants will be grown over the C4 plants for an overall high quality crop to sell and market. Farmers often gamble on what crop to grow and how much and when to grow, as it all plays in time and demand and the product during different times of the year. Farmers need 1 part water, 1 part sunshine, and 2 parts prayer.